Hello everyone, Riley here with the T-Storm Chasers. We will jump into our weather video in just a moment, but first here is a word from our friends at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
All right, good afternoon everyone. Happy Friday out there. Today is Friday, July 10th, 2026. A little bit different style video. I am out of office again today, but let's go ahead and dive into today's weather video. Taking a look firstly at our regional map across the area, and we've seen a couple of items farther south, down towards eastern Nebraska, southern Iowa. We've had some shower activity. Now, a lot of this is now focused into southern Iowa, actually, there was a little bit earlier. This was at 1:20 this afternoon, a couple hours ago. There was a report of a tornado. Also down near the Shenandoah area, there was a funnel cloud over down there. There's been a few different funnel cloud reports in southern Iowa today. But other than that, for the rest of us, things have overall been fairly quiet out there. Now, there's been one little spot up here near Millbank. We've seen some isolated shower activity, but not expecting much out of that. Just some isolated rain shower activity with that. And as we take a look at our satellite imagery today, we have seen a mix of clouds and sun in the eastern half of our region. Sioux Falls, we've seen a mix of clouds and sun. Now out west, central and western portions of the region, we have seen lots of sunshine out there and lots of clearing out towards Aberdeen, Pierre, Winter out towards Rapid City, down towards North Platte. But again, you notice all of Iowa has seen cloud cover, and eastern Nebraska as well as southern Minnesota, southeastern South Dakota. So we're kind of split today, but we will see some redeveloping showers and thunderstorms along the I-29 corridor today. All right, let's take a look at our current temperatures across our region today. We are seeing temperatures in the 80s and 90s out there. 84 in Sioux Falls as we take a closer look. 82 in Watertown. 87 up in Aberdeen. 93 out in Pierre. 92 out in Rapid City. So you do notice it is warmer out to the west, and that is going to set the stage for the changing weather pattern that is coming, and I'll explain more on that in just a few minutes. But warmer weather is on the horizon, let's just put it that way. Down into Nebraska, where we've seen a little bit cooler air due to some cloud cover and rain this morning into this afternoon. 78 in Grand Island, 85 in O'Neill, 82 in Omaha. And into Iowa, we have been in the upper 70s and 80s. 82 in Sioux City, 79 in Denison, 80 in Des Moines, 85 in Cedar Rapids, and 81 in Mason City. Into Minnesota, 85 in Minneapolis, 80 in Mankato, 79 in Worthington, and 82 in Marshall. So today, again, we've seen temperatures mainly in the 80s to low 90s out there. All right, guys, switching gears, let's take a look at the severe weather outlook map from the Storm Prediction Center. We do have a marginal risk in dark green that includes eastern South Dakota into western Minnesota. It does include Sioux Falls, Mitchell, up to Brookings, Watertown, the I-29 corridor, and then points east into Marshall, Montevideo, up towards Alexandria. And that is, again, for this afternoon and evening. We're not seeing a tornado risk, and we do see that wind and hail threat at 5%. So the main threats out of any storms that develop later today is going to be the wind and hail threat at 5% in brown. So not a very high threat. We're looking at a low-end severe threat for today. But it is there, so you want to be weather aware if you live in the areas that are in the threat zone. And after that, we don't see any severe weather outlooks. We are not seeing anything after today, so that's good. some good piece of news there. We could use a break from severe weather. We have seen a pretty active severe weather season up to this point. All right, so let's go ahead now and take a look at the latest forecast model. And here is the current map of where things are. Again, we have those isolated rain showers, thunder shower activity in southern Iowa into eastern Nebraska with some light rain showers. And then up here, up towards the Millbank area in northeastern South Dakota, Millbank to Ortonville, we're seeing some rain showers up there. Now, as we play this out here and we head into the later afternoon and evening hours, the latest forecast models are not really showing anything. So a lot of this is dependent on the cap in the atmosphere. If the storms, if the cells could break the cap, then we could see some thunderstorms and potential severe weather with that marginal risk. That's why they have that in place. But the way things are looking at with the forecast models, it looks like a pretty low chance for thunderstorms and severe weather to actually form and get going. So it's a big F, but if it can happen, we could see some thunderstorms later today. But the forecast models are not showing anything. So not a very high probability in anything for today. Now, let's go ahead and dive into the weekend outlook. Taking a look at Saturday, tomorrow, we don't see anything. We are going to be entering a new weather pattern, and it is going to be a very dry pattern, but it's also going to be a very hot weather pattern as well. And I'll get to the temperature map in just a couple minutes. But what we are looking at is not a whole lot going on. We're going to be seeing a fairly quiet weather pattern ahead here after today. Just got to get through today with the chance for thunderstorms, and then after that, we're going to be seeing a dry weather pattern. Now, let me switch to the Euro model, and this will give us a better picture of the longer range outlook. So we're not seeing anything this weekend. We're going to finally get a break from thunderstorms and severe weather. Although we could use the rain, we definitely could use more rain, and that is going to become a growing problem, unfortunately, for our region because, as I mentioned, we are going to be seeing a dry pattern, but it's also going to be a very hot weather pattern. A major heat wave is ahead for our region. You know, as I'm playing this out, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're not seeing anything for anywhere near our region. The closest thing that we have would be next Wednesday night into Thursday, and that's up in northern Minnesota into North Dakota, up near Bismarck to Fargo. Other than that, for the next week, we are not seeing anything for anywhere near our region in terms of any kind of moisture, even taking us out to the next weekend. We are not seeing anything for our region in terms of any moisture or precip, rain, thunderstorms, nothing. Zilch. So get ready for a dry weather pattern, but also get ready for a heat wave. And in fact, let's go ahead now and take a look at the temperature map. And you're going to see some big changes here. We're going to be going from 70s and 80s, which is kind of where around the ballpark of where we've been for a while. We are going to be seeing the most heat we have seen all year. This is different from anything that we've seen this year. We've seen some glimpses, some flashes of hot weather in the past here, in May and June. We've seen a couple of sneak peeks, but this is going to be a full-scale, full-blown, full-fledged heat wave. 90s to 100-degree heat each and every day starting tomorrow is what we are looking at. So you want to make sure that your ACs are working because you're going to need it. It is going to be extremely warm, extremely hot weather ahead. And just outside of our region, out into Montana and Wyoming, there's been some numbers popping of 105 to 110 degree heat out there. Now, we're not going to be that warm, at least what it's showing on the forecast models. But again, 90s to 100 degree heat each and every day, starting this weekend and lasting through next week. Look at this, 101 in Pierre on Monday. That kind of shows you the level of heat that I'm talking about. Once again, 101 for Pierre on Tuesday, near 100 for Sioux Falls, upper 90s. Wednesday, same story, 90s to 100 degree heat. And Thursday of next week, same story, 90s to 100 degrees. How about Friday? Friday, at this stage, looks like the hottest day. 102 in Sioux Falls, 107 in Pierre. My goodness, that is the hottest weather by far that we have seen all year. In fact, I did some digging. The last time that we hit 100 degrees in Sioux Falls was back in 2023. So it's been actually 3 years since Sioux Falls hit 100 degrees. So 3 summers ago. Think about that. That is the type of heat that we're looking at. I mean, we're looking at a once in every few years type heat wave. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any light at the end of the tunnel because, taking us out here now, we're going out to the 21st of July, and I do not see any real changes in this forecast. We're still going to be looking at 90s each and every day all the way through the 3rd week of July. That takes us out to the 21st of July, and that's about where this stops. So we're not seeing any cool downs anytime soon, folks. We're going to be seeing a prolonged period of very hot weather. So it's important that you guys are going to be staying cool, having your AC working. That's going to be huge. And that is pretty much all I got here for this heat wave. It's a heat dome. We're not alone in this either. This is going to be a full scale. I mean, we're talking the entire country is going to be seeing very warm, hot weather. So we're not going to be alone in this. It's going to be the entire country dealing with the heat wave. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Wanted to go into more in-depth on the short-term and long-term forecast with a look at our thunderstorm chances and then looking ahead here with this heat wave ahead for our region. And if you guys enjoyed, be sure to give a like and comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring those notification bells so you don't miss any of our future videos. Check us out also on Facebook, X, and Instagram so you don't miss any of our content over there. And also check us out on our TikTok. We post daily short videos as well over there. All right, that's it. Have a great weekend out there. Thank you guys for watching.